Here's the honest truth about running a small business in 2026. You're doing 40 people's job. Marketing, operations, customer service, bookkeeping, it all lands on you or on a small team that's already stretched thin. And somewhere in the last 2 years, AI went from a buzzword to something that actually changes that equation. But here's where most small business owners get it wrong. They try one tool, it doesn't immediately solve everything, and they write the whole category off. Or they hear about AI constantly and assume it's built for big companies with big tech teams, not for someone running a real business with real constraints. I've spent the last few months stress testing AI tools specifically through the lens of a small business owner. 7 made the cut. Let's get into it. This is AI for humans. Real tools, tested, explained simply. No PhD required. Today, 7 AI tools that are genuinely moving the needle for small business owners right now. Marketing, operations, customer service, bookkeeping, and sales, all covered. I'll tell you what each one does, what it costs, and whether it's actually worth it. Tool number 1, ChatGPT Plus. If you've been watching this channel, you already know I covered ChatGPT in our very first video as the single best first draft machine for any professional. That still stands. Go watch that episode if you haven't, link in the description. But today, I want to talk about a feature most people, even paying users, have never touched. It's called Explore GPTs, and for small business owners specifically, it changes what ChatGPT actually is. Here's the idea. Inside your ChatGPT Plus subscription, there is a store, literally called the GPT Store, with thousands of pre-built specialized AI tools built on top of ChatGPT. Each one is trained for a specific task. There's one for contract review that flags legal red flags in plain English. There's one for SEO that analyzes your content against ranking factors. There's one specifically for cold email that writes outreach sequences in proven frameworks. There's a competitor research GPT that structures a full analysis from a single URL. None of these cost extra. They're all inside the $20 a month you're already paying. The way to find them: hit the compass icon in the left sidebar. It says Explore GPTs and search for whatever you need. Contract, SEO, email, finance, social media. Someone has already built a specialized tool for it and made it free. I use 3 of them every single week. The contract review one alone has saved me more than I care to admit. Link in the description. Tool number 2, Jasper. ChatGPT is a generalist. It writes well, but it doesn't write like you. For a lot of use cases, that's completely fine. But if your business lives and dies on marketing copy, ads, landing pages, email sequences, product descriptions, there's a step up worth knowing about. Jasper is an AI writing tool built specifically for marketing output. And the feature that makes it different isn't the templates, though those are useful. It's brand voice. Here's how it works. You feed Jasper a sample of your existing writing, your website copy, a few emails, a blog post. It analyzes your tone, your sentence structure, your vocabulary patterns. And from that point forward, everything it generates sounds like it came from you, not from a generic AI output that reads like every other piece of AI content flooding the internet right now. For a small business where your personality is part of what you're selling, that distinction matters. Clients can tell when copy sounds like you and when it doesn't. Jasper closes that gap in a way that plain ChatGPT doesn't. It runs about $49 a month at the entry level. If you're spending more than that on a copywriter for routine content, the math does itself. Link below. Tool number 3, Zapier. I covered Zapier in episode 1 as the tool that quietly eliminates the most wasted time. All the copy-paste, move this there manual data work that most people do without even recognizing it as a time problem. That's still the core value, still worth it. But here's what's changed and why it's worth bringing up again for the small business context specifically. Zapier now has an AI-powered automation builder, meaning you don't even build the workflow yourself anymore. You describe what you want in plain English. When a new lead fills out my contact form, add them to my email list, create a task in ClickUp, and send them a welcome email. And Zapier's AI builds the Zap for you. You review it, turn it on, done. The no-code argument for Zapier was already strong. Now the argument is no decisions. You just describe the outcome you want. For a small business owner who always thought automation sounded technically intimidating, this is the version that removes that barrier entirely. Free plan covers the basics. Paid starts at $20 a month. Same link as before in the description. Tool number 4, Canva Pro. We also covered Canva Pro in episode 1, Magic Design, the background remover, the brand kit. If you're not using those yet, go back and watch that section. Seriously. But Canva released something since then that most users have walked right past without noticing. It's called Magic Studio, and it's not one feature. It's a full suite of AI tools that live inside the editor, and most people have never opened. Magic Expand takes any image and extends the background outward in any direction. Useful for repurposing a square photo into a landscape banner without reshooting. Magic Grab lets you reach into a photo and move individual objects around as if they're on separate layers, without Photoshop, without any design skill. Magic Morph takes any shape or element in your design and transforms it into something completely different based on a text prompt. The reason I'm bringing this up for small business owners specifically, your competitors are not using these. Most people using Canva are using the basic template editor. If you go one layer deeper into Magic Studio, you're producing visual content that looks like it came from a design agency for $15 a month. Same link as episode 1. It's in the description. Tool number 5, Tidio. Here's a problem every growing small business hits. Customer inquiries start coming in faster than you can answer them. You lose sales to slow response times. You spend hours answering the same 5 questions in slightly different ways. Tidio puts an AI agent on your website that handles the routine stuff automatically. But I want to be specific about what Tidio's AI, it's called Lyro, actually does now, because it's meaningfully different from what most people picture when they hear chatbot. Older chatbots ran on decision trees. You'd ask something slightly outside the script and it would fall apart. Lyro doesn't work that way. It understands the intent behind a question, pulls the relevant answer from your business knowledge base, and resolves the ticket end-to-end without a template. It doesn't just respond, it actually closes the loop, sends the tracking number, processes the refund request, books the appointment, whatever the conversation requires. Businesses using Lyro typically handle 60 to 80% of customer inquiries automatically. Response time goes from hours to seconds. You stop losing customers to the gap between when they asked and when you got around to answering. There's a free tier that's genuinely useful. Paid plans start around $29 a month. For any business with a website and customer inquiries, this is a straightforward yes. Link in the description. Tool number 6, FreshBooks. Most small business owners either do their own bookkeeping and hate it, or pay someone more than they'd like to handle something they don't fully understand. FreshBooks doesn't replace your accountant, but it handles everything below that level automatically. Here's the part most people don't know about. FreshBooks has a mileage tracker built into the mobile app that runs in the background on your phone. Every time you drive for business, it logs the trip automatically. At the end of the month, it matches each trip to the correct tax category and adds it to your expense report. No manual entry, no trying to reconstruct your driving history at tax time. For a small business owner who drives to client meetings, job sites, supply runs, or networking events, this one feature alone is worth the subscription. The IRS standard mileage deduction in 2026 is over 67 cents per mile. If you drive 5,000 business miles a year and you're not tracking them, you're leaving more than $3,000 in deductions on the table. FreshBooks captures all of it passively. Plans start around $17 a month. That's an easy ROI conversation. Link below. Tool number 7, HubSpot. Last one. And this is the one most small business owners sleep on the longest, because they assume it's a big company tool with a big company price tag. HubSpot's free CRM is genuinely free. Real free, not trial free. and it gives you contact management, a sales pipeline, email tracking, and deal management at no cost. That alone is worth knowing, but the AI layer on top of it is what makes it relevant to this video. HubSpot now has what it calls an AI prospecting agent. Here's what that actually means in practice. You tell it your ideal customer profile, industry, company size, role, location. It goes and researches matching leads, writes personalized outreach emails based on each prospect's specific business context, and schedules the follow-up sequence. It's not a mail merge. It's researched, personalized outreach running autonomously. For a small business owner who is also their own sales team, which is most of you, this is the difference between having a systematic sales process and hoping you remember to follow up. The prospecting agent does the part that most people either do badly or avoid entirely. Free tier covers most of what a small business needs to start. You'll know when you've outgrown it. Link is in the description. 7 tools. Here's the honest version of where to start. If your biggest problem is time, start with ChatGPT and Zapier. We covered both of these in episode 1 for a reason. They are the foundation. ChatGPT handles everything you write. Zapier handles everything you move manually between apps. Together, they probably recover 6 to 8 hours a week before you've touched anything else. And now, with the GPT Store and Zapier's AI Builder, both of them are more powerful than they were even a few months ago. If your biggest problem is money, specifically spending it on things AI can now do, look at Canva Pro replacing design work, Tidio replacing customer service coverage, and FreshBooks replacing bookkeeping hours. The ROI math is clear on all 3. If your biggest problem is growth, Jasper gets your marketing sounding like you at scale, and HubSpot's prospecting agent builds you a sales pipeline without a sales team. All 7 links are in the description. A few are affiliate links. I get a small commission if you sign up, at no cost to you. I only link things I've actually tested. If this was useful, subscribe. We drop new AI tool walkthroughs every week. All of them are this format. Real tools, real results, no hype. And if you haven't seen episode 1 yet, 7 AI tools that will save you 10 hours a week. That's the one to watch next. See you next week.